So I've got a giant bag of WIPs that I have abandoned, and today we're going through. If you're following along on my journey of cleaning up my yarn stash and organizing that, this is part 3, and it is addressing all of these abandoned WIPs. What we would do is just open these up, and some of it is going to be a surprise for me. Some of it I can kind of see what's in there, but these are abandoned and I really don't know what is all in here. So let's get to it. First, I've got this bag. Let's check it out. It was a project bag. Got a ball of white. Here is, it looks like a baby booty that I was trying to do and failing at. A little bit of yarn. A pair of my mittens. I didn't make these. I purchased these. They are wool and they are awesome. So it is now like 95 degrees out. So I'll put those into storage. That was a good find. And what do I have here? Receipt from Hobby Lobby. Some bands. Get rid of those in the trash. A hook, that's always helpful. A couple little scraps here. These are small enough those can get thrown out. A jumbo 16 hook. It's gonna be like Christmas here. Oh, my nice scissors. I can't tell you how long that's been in there. So, this was some Hobby Lobby yarn. I will probably keep this. It's handy these scissors were here because I'm gonna go ahead and cut this booty loose. I will put this in my scraps. If you watched my last video in this organization series on busting through my scraps to make room for my stash, I'm gonna add to it, so it's kind of counterproductive. But this stuff will go in the trash. And then here is this nice ball of an off-white color. I remember I had gotten this, I had ordered from Mary Maxim, and I did some millins. So it's acrylic, it's soft, it's pretty loosely wound. I have no idea what it is, but that's a good amount. So I will keep that. So success. I can see this right here, and I know why this is in my WIPs. I had wanted to do like a pumpkin spice type of blanket. I have a wicker chair in my kitchen, and I like to do pumpkin spice type stuff in September. So I had kind of whipped this together out of some scraps I had. It was just like a granny square. It's not my favorite blanket that I've ever made. I did treble crochets and then scallops on the edge, but it's here because I never wove in the ends. So I stuck it on the chair all through September and didn't deal with it. So, okay, that I will weave in my ends and put this in my blanket storage trunk. So that's an easy enough fix right there. Okay, I've got this big bag. I could see this on the top. Oh, I've got 2 different yarns here. So I loved this yarn. I had gotten this at Hobby Lobby. It is their 4-weight velvet, and I love burgundy, but I'm not sure why this hat went wrong. I was trying to do that my favorite granny square hat, and I don't know if I was trying to do this from memory and it just got like way too big. So I will frog this all and wind this back up because I think this is pretty much a full skein. So I will frog that, wind it up, and I will just put that on my priority list of my stash busting stuff to work through this yarn and maybe make a hat for myself in a different pattern because it's soft and I love that. Okay, so this is like maybe Woolies or Hometown, probably Hometown. It's purple. This is I don't know why this hat is so small. I don't know if I was winging it and I don't know if I was trying to make a child's hat and it came out too big, or if I was trying to make an adult hat and it came out too small. It's kind of pointy on top too. I will frog this all and redo this. Either a hat or a headband. But again, this will go to my priority list of stash busting projects. Okay, there's a lot of sacks inside of this bag. So not necessarily from the Dollar Tree. Okay. I'm assuming this was a Christmas project here. So here is a weird ball of like olivey. It's actually fairly soft. It's definitely not, like it's a nice acrylic. It's a very small amount. I'm not sure what I could do with this at the top of my head, but this is a usable enough scrap, so I will make a point of putting this in the stash busters. This is some Red Heart shimmer, and this is nearly a full skein. My friend gave this to me in her D-stash, and it is like more like a 3-weight, it seems like. I did a little, like a Christmas granny square, just one to use as a Christmas ornament last year. So this is almost a full skein, so I could pretty much do anything with that. And then this was in my scraps. I had gotten a bunch of this, like, I don't know, like over a dozen skeins of this, all without labels, from my mother-in-law when she decided she didn't really want to crochet anymore. So it's very thin, definitely like a three or a 2-weight. And I mean, it's fairly soft. She, it looked like, had maybe wanted to do a baby blanket and given up. So I have so many of these. I will put this back in with the other dozen of those. And I can throw this bag away. All right, next bag. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of mess in here. Okay. So all of these little triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can't even tell you how many of these are in here, and I do know what this is. So I had wanted to make a garland that was Christmas lights, but for some reason I chose white, and then the green, I mean, as you can see, I got started on this chain, and then I believe you know, the lights were supposed to hang off of there. It is not. Like, I'm sorry, but you would not know that this, I know it's a little bit lumpy, but you would not know that that was a Christmas light. So this was some older stuff I had thrifted, and it's probably Super Saver, and while I do really like the color, I don't think, I mean, maybe, I'm going to cut off that stuff. Maybe I could use it in some of my camper project for some of the decor. I will hang on to this, but it might end up getting trashed because it is so scratchy. It doesn't smell bad or anything, but and then here was this. This was also some thrifted off-white. It's what I was making the little bulbs out of that didn't turn up looking like bulbs. And I thrifted this. It is very vintage. Here is the packaging on this. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and trash this because I'm not going to use that. There isn't enough of this to actually look like anything. It doesn't look what I want. Yeah, kind of glad to get rid of that. So let's see what else is in here. You guys, I think for some reason I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I started, it looks like, so many Christmas projects. Oh, okay, here's a whole bunch of garland. there's nothing wrong with it. I do have some green that is intertwined in here. Oh, because look, there's even more in this dark green color. Okay, I remember doing this garland. I made it like in a bunch of colors to go like behind and with other garlands because it's super easy to make. Like, I don't remember, it's not a popcorn stitch or a bobble, I'm not sure, but it is very easy to make and it goes very, very quickly. So I think I went a little hog wild. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this green. Okay, I need to like tie a slip knot in that. Okay, I'm gonna cut this green free. And, okay, it looks like, okay, you know what? Just snip it. Okay, I'm gonna put this is again fairly soft. I did seem to go kind of heavy on the olives, so I will put that over there. There is nothing wrong with these, so other than the fact that they're very bright and it does not seem overly Christmassy to me. So I will, see, I mean, it's kind of cute. So I will set these aside because they are done and decide. I do decorate like my desk at work sometimes. If I would use, I don't like them together. See if I want to use them separately for some different stuff. We'll see. But they are 2 garlands. They are done. So I'll put those there. This green one, I might end up, since it's already done, I might end up putting in my camper decor. Like, again, I want stuff to be nice and light in there since we're pulling it, and it's woodsy colors. So maybe instead of using that dark green, I will put this with the project. So those are done. I'll reevaluate those. Here is just a nice, I love this yarn. I made a blanket for my friend. She's into kind of Western stuff, so I will put that there to be used up. Here's a thing of jute twine that has no business being in there. Wrapper. Okay. Here was some scrap yarn, and I do remember this. So this is old, you guys. This is very old. So this is when I was first kind of learning to crochet, and this was the project that got me like super excited. So I made pumpkin pie sliced garland, and if you are on my Instagram, I have it over on my Instagram. If you scroll down probably to like, I don't know, a couple years ago. But I was really struggling. I didn't have a pattern. I had just seen somebody on Instagram do one, and I was trying to wing it based on another pattern. So I had a bunch of these triangles that I worked on. Maybe I bought this yarn I think I bought this yarn for the project. It wasn't my friend's blanket. So I had all these triangles that turned out terrible because I didn't know what I was doing, which is fine. It is fine. But so these just all need to go in the trash. I also made like little whipped creams. So this must be my bag of things that I rejected. And I had this thrifted yarn. It is the scratchiest. I can see I've got the label in here. There's a 5.5 hook, so that's cool. Another hook. The label for that yarn that I used as the crust, it was from Kmart. There hasn't been a Kmart in I don't know how long. Knitted worsting type, Kmart Corporation, 4 ounces. It doesn't say much, but yeah, look how old that label is. So that will be getting trashed. This whole project can be trashed. I had the stuff that I liked, and yep, we're just saying goodbye to that. I'm making progress. I am happy with this. Okay, here's the last bag in this bag. So I'm gonna put that down there. And okay, I know what this is. I got this yarn on clearance at Joann for like $5. It's pretty soft. I Is this the label? Bernat Softy Baby. I think that's what this is. Let's see. Little Mouse. Marl. Yes. Okay, so that's what this is. It was 5 ounces. And hey, there's a receipt in here too. I paid $3.97 for this. I think I bought 2 and I still have 1 in my stash, but I think here's my intent, because I'm seeing it with these. I think that I thought I was going to do a granny square blanket out of this. Let me check the date on this receipt. Okay, it was about 2 years ago. So, this is almost a full skein. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 granny squares out of this brown. I can tell by feeling it, it is like a Super Saver or Super Saver equivalent. So it is like, compared to this is super duper soft. I would not, in my right mind now, pair these together. I think I was just doing it because the colors were neutral and I didn't have a lot of yarn at the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know in the comments if you know of something that I could make with 10 scratchy granny squares. I mean, I might be able to put them together, but I wouldn't want to do a scarf with it. It's so scratchy. I'm going to put these in my hold on to pile, because maybe, again, for my camper, maybe I could do like a couple placemats, maybe, if I put a few together. Little table runner. I know, I wanted to do an organizer, and it required granny squares as the pockets to go on it. And, you know, maybe I could like double layer 2 of them together to make it a little bit stronger. Okay, I will keep these and I will make the best of these. And then I am going to, I might have tied that, and then I tied that in a knot, shoot. So this yarn, while it is lovely, it is super soft and it does not have the structural integrity to be a granny square here. So I'm going to, oh, it was already cut loose. What am I hooked to? Oh, I had started a second one. Okay, I am going to wind this ball up. It's pretty much a full skein. And this might be nice for a wearable, all sorts of stuff. So I'm definitely going to keep that. But I will get rid of this little bit of what I have left and then this granny square. So that is getting junked. But that was it. You guys, I'm about a little over halfway done here. So we will get through this. Okay. Here is this bag. Okay, this is not from Hobby Lobby. This is stuff that I was gifted by my mother-in-law. So here is rainbow, I can never pronounce that word, boucle patterns, self-patterning boucle. Okay, it's probably knit. It's probably a knit pattern, so it probably won't look like that with crochet. It's an acrylic nylon, and how much is Sensations brand. I've never heard of Sensations. It's from Joann's store. Okay. And there's 853 yards. So this could be kind of cool. It's almost got like a purpley pink hue to the lighter part. So I will just put that over with the yarns and figure out what to do with it later. Here's some homespun. It's pretty much a full skein and the color's just fine. So I will go ahead and put that over here. These are ones that I do need to prioritize using though, so I'm not just creating more of a mess. Okay, so here's a little bit. I bet it is this lion boucle. Again, this was stuff that came from my mother-in-law. So the kind of small skeins here, it is a 6 super bulky acrylic mohair nylon. So not a bad yarn. This one is called Wild Berries. And I have 2 of those, and then I don't know what these are pretty colorful though. I honestly don't know if I would use these colors or not. So these may be given away. I think I may end up giving these away because it's not a bad yarn, but it's just not necessarily a color palette I would use. So I just need to make a decision on that. And then here is a thing of yarn I got at the thrift store, 50 cents. This is Super Saver. And I think this is going to go back to the thrift store because I have had this for I don't know how long. And I pulled it out and everything else and put it back and haven't used it. So I'm just going to take it back to the thrift store from whence I got it. Okay, it does look like there is another one of that lion. And so it's lime blue is what this one is called right there. And then it looks like, okay, so this would have been stuff from my mother-in-law. It looks like a couple WIPs of hers that she didn't finish. Here is a scarf, and this is a novelty yarn. I don't know if you can see it right there, but it must not have made near a long enough scarf. I wonder, maybe I could take it and turn it into a headband, or I could maybe sew like I bet I could sew a button on here. Probably can't see it with my dark shirt and my dark hair, but maybe I could sew a button on and make it to a little collar. I'll try that. I will keep that. Okay, and here's a hat of like fall colors that it looks like was one of her WIPs right here. So this pattern, it looks like possibly half double crochets, and it looks like maybe it was one long strip that was sewn up and then taken in and kind of gathered at the top. So this looks a little bit small for me. So maybe I will donate this, and someone who, I mean, it's very cute fall color. So maybe someone can use that. Okay, we are making progress. Let me get a little bit of this out of the way here real quick. Almost done, almost done. Here is a small ball. I really liked this yarn. It was ice creams. I made some kitty coasters out of it. I do not know why it was in this WIPs basket. So I'll put that with the other stuff. Stitch and Store portable storage unit from June Taylor. It looks like I got this at a thrift store for 75 cents. But that's kind of a handy little gadget. Okay, here is a hat that did not go how I wanted it to. Again, it just got like out of control wide. I mean, it's almost like turning into a beret type situation. This was some leftover Ogo yarn in the Christmas that I had, and I think I was just trying to use up the scraps for it. But I'm gonna be honest, I can't see myself, even if I got this to work, I cannot see myself wearing this. So there's just the tiniest little bit of this. I am going to trash this because it's clearly not a usable amount. All right, here is the last thing, you guys. I remember this, and then I remember, you know, when you invest time in it and then you get excited in something and you think it's going somewhere, and then you're like, so I was trying to make some placemats for myself, and oops, there's the, I can see my ends. It's not bad. It is not bad. I mean, I like it better on camera than I do in person, but I held, it looks like 1, 2, 3 or 4 strands of yarn all together for this. And I have one, and then maybe almost a second one I didn't finish. So yeah, I could maybe donate this. I don't know if anyone would want it. Maybe I will sew in the ends and take this one that is finished to the thrift store. Because maybe somebody could use that. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not what I wanted it to be. So I think I will sew the ends in on this and donate it. And then the only other thing I've got left was some of the yarn I had used in there. So this is Super Saver. I can remember it and I can feel it. So I can go ahead and bust that scrap. So I will get rid of the one that isn't finished, and then sew in my ends and donate this one. You guys, that was a long video. Thank you for sticking around with me. If you made it this far, please let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of this, because that was kind of a mess. I'm glad I went through it so I can move on from here and keep organizing my stash. This video is so long you probably forgot this was part 3 in an organizing my yarn stash video where I was addressing a giant basket of mystery WIPs I had forgotten about. Appreciate you talking yarn with me. Thanks, guys.